Hi. There is a fascinating chapter in Recovering Biblical Manhood and Womanhood, chapter 16, entitled The Biological Basis for Gender-Specific Behavior. This article is written by Gregg Johnson, Gregg spelt with 2 G's. This chapter to me seems that would be very useful and helpful to teach to young people to help to clarify gender differences and to show the value and purpose of those differences. So here's what he says about the purpose of this chapter. He says, "My purpose in this chapter is to demonstrate that these differences are not only real, but likely have their roots in our unique biology as males and females. Furthermore, these differences are present at birth and even before, and are amplified according to individual hormonal and genetic dictates. We are differently gifted as male and female, not only in anatomy and physiology, but also in behavior. It is a marvelous God-given pattern that enhances pair bonding, dual parenting, and extensive division of labor, characteristic not only of humans, but of many of the higher social animals." So he does indicate that the data that's provided here is reflecting trends and averages between the sexes taken as groups. Okay. So the first section he has is, and I should probably apologize before I start that there's all kinds of words in here, technical words that I can't pronounce, and I'm probably not going to pronounce them right, so please bear with me and forgive me for that. So this subheading is Ethological Observations on Sex. He says, among most mammals, first I should say what that means. So ethologists, the people who study it, are students of animal and human behavior who draw generalizations regarding social behavior across animal and human groups. Okay, so among mammals, males tend to build hierarchical social order. They are more reactive and less cautious. They are involved in breaking up squabbles of lesser-ranking males, females, and juveniles. They set directions and courses of action for the group as a whole. Females are more involved in parenting as a result of the close dependence of infants on maternal milk supply. Females of most groups studied are not as driven by competitive, territorial, or hierarchical urges. They tend to socialize more horizontally and equally with other females. They are cautious in mating, solicitous particularly of males that are the most dominant and control the most resources. Females are more concerned with parenting, nurturing, and maintaining pair bonds with mates, through grooming or caregiving behaviors. They tend, in their broader social contacts, to be less confrontive and combative, and more interested in building and maintaining social bonds. They are peacemakers and conformists of group expectations. Anthropologists find similar kinds of universal sex-specific behaviors among human cultures. Of 250 cultures studied, males dominate in almost all. The data points to biological predeterminants of gender-related behavior. Indeed, as we survey the biology of mammals, and humans in particular, we find sex-related differences in all of the organ systems, including the brain and nervous system. Okay, so he's got here the biological profiles of males and females reveal myriad basic physiological differences, many of which shape behavior. The basal metabolic rate of about 6% is about 6% higher in adolescent boys than girls, and increases to about 10% higher after puberty. During metabolism, girls convert more energy into stored fat, while boys convert more energy to muscle and expendable circulating reserves. At age 18, girls have almost twice the body fat, about 33% of boys. Boys at age 18 are about 50% more muscle mass than girls, particularly in the upper body. Males on the average have denser, stronger bones, tendons, and ligaments, which allow for heavier work. Differences in metabolism. Differences in metabolism and muscular ability likely give males a push in this more energetic direction. Males have more sweat glands and can dissipate heat faster than females. Women have a thicker layer of, a certain kind of fat. Anyways, I'm not even going to try and say the word. That acts as insulation and energy reserve. Consequently, they can withstand cold better and have better energy supplies for activities requiring extraordinary endurance. Okay, about women, it says they produce more antibodies faster and thus have a more rapid and effective response to infectious invaders. They will develop fewer infectious diseases and succumb to them for shorter periods of time. Ethologists argue that for female caring for multiple offspring and interacting with other females and their offspring in social groups where communicable diseases can spread rapidly, this is a particularly advantageous trait. Okay, I just found this very fascinating, the differences. Okay, more about women whose metabolism favors fat storage, have more trouble eating enough to maintain their needed vitamin and amino acid requirements without putting on fat as well. There seems to be some relationship between certain minimum level of body fat and fertility in women. Women athletes, bodybuilders, and those who are particularly thin have higher levels of infertility. It may be that a certain level of fat sufficient to carry the developing fetus and provide milk after birth is necessary before pregnancy will occur. This would be a logical, God-given feminine provision to prevent pregnancies during periods of unstable food supply or even famine. Today's emphasis on being thin may contribute to the concurrent high level of female infertility. Now there's more to come, But I'll break this video here, and we'll leave the rest for the next video. So I'm going to link to the first in the series from this book, which was called Sexuality and Identity. This 32-year-old book, prescient about where the West was heading. Thanks for watching and putting up with my blunders.